Welcome back. So today we are going to be doing this 10 to 15 minute look to get you ready for any kind of virtual meeting that you have to do and you have to look nice for. That could be class, work, you know, anything you have to get ready for. This is a super quick and easy look, and you don't even have to get fully dressed because you can wear pajamas. Because they're only going to see your top half. So if you guys would like to see how I got this look, go ahead and keep on watching. Okay guys, so today I'm going to be doing a 10-15 minute look, really just to get you ready for anything, since we're all kind of doing like Zoom conferences and working from home. Some of you may have to be videoed, so, or, you know, seen on a camera. So I'm going to do a simple look just to kind of get you ready quickly and make you look put together, but you know, doesn't take you a lot of time. Okay, so to start off, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Natural Glow Lotion, and this is just going to help hydrate my face and give a little bit of glow back, just to make you look a little bit more fresh and awake. And this will probably take me a little longer than 10-15 minutes, but that's because I'm kind of explaining, you know, all the steps to you guys and the products that I'm using. But if I were to do this, you know, without talking to you guys, I'd be able to do it in about 10-15 minutes. Okay, so next I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Dewy Foundation. And this is a really nice foundation because it has like about medium coverage, and it covers up really whatever you need it to cover up without being too heavy. So I'm going to kind of put this in just strategic places where all my redness is, where I have a little bit more to cover up, but I'm not looking for it to be super full coverage. And then I'm going to be taking my e.l.f. buffing brush, I believe. It doesn't have a name because I use it all the time. And I'm just going to buff this into the skin. This is a tad lighter than me, but I'm going to be putting bronzer and stuff on, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, next I'm going to be taking my Pretty Vulgar Undercover number 60 concealer, and I did just a light dusting of that foundation just to kind of get more of an even base. And then this guy I'm going to take and put on any more of my like trouble areas. Then I'm going to be taking my IT Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe Complexion Perfection number 7 brush, and I'm going to be taking the conceal side, and I'm just going to use this to buff out all that concealer. I put it under my eyes to brighten up a little bit more. It's usually where people have a lot of darkness. And I'm going to put it on my eyelid as well, just to cancel out any veins or any darkness on there as well. And then I put it on my nose because my nose does get pretty red throughout the day. So I'm going to use that to kind of conceal any of that. Then my forehead, just to help cover a little bit more of those freckles, because I do have a lot of freckles on my forehead. And then on my pimples. So on my pimples, I'm kind of patting. I'm not really buffing. When you tap, you're not really buffing the foundation or concealer around. You're really keeping it placed where it's supposed to be. And next I'm going to be going in with the Maybelline Superstay Better Skin Pressed Powder. and I have mine in the shade 25. I'm going to be taking this with a Japanesque 945 brush. It's just a big powder brush. One of my favorite brushes. I'm going to work that product in and just kind of press. So since my foundation was a little lighter, this is a little truer to skin tone, so it's going to help, you know, even me out, and it's also going to add a little bit more coverage. The nice thing about this is you don't really have to pack on the foundation, which can kind of be what feels heavy. You can go in and add that coverage back with the powder so you don't feel so cakey. For bronzer, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline City Bronzer in the shade 200. This is a very loved bronzer. They have a few shades of this, so depending on your skin tone, they have one for you. Now, when I do this quick makeup, I do not contour. When you contour, you take a cooler tone bronzer. This is really warm. You take a cooler tone and sculpt out the cheekbones, nose, things like that. So with a warmer bronzer, you're really just going to bronze. You're going to add a little bit of warmth, some sun-kissed back into the skin. So I'm going to load that up on a Real Techniques 300 brush. And I'm going to start putting this on my forehead. Okay, so I don't know where my camera shut off at, but I am taking this and I am patting across my nose. This is kind of where the sun would naturally hit you if you were to be out in the sun, you know, naturally. And I'm going to really swirl around and make sure everything's blended and I have just a sun-kissed glow. I also put a little under the jawline. Since my foundation was so light, this will kind of help match everything. For highlight, I'm going to go in with the Revlon Skin Lights Prismatic Highlighter, and this is in the shade Daybreak. So this is a really good dupe for the Anastasia and Amrezy highlight. It's one of my favorite highlights. I don't use it because it was limited edition and I don't want to use it up. So this guy is a really good dupe for it. So I'm going to load my brush up, and this is a Morphe M501 brush. And day to day, I like a lot of highlight, but for the average person, you just really want to focus it right on that cheekbone, and I kind of sweep it over the brow bone like this. So kind of doing like a C motion. And then I place a little bit above the brow. A little on the nose, Cupid's bow, and chin. For blush, I'm going to be using the Becca Tiger Lily blush. And this is a really pretty peachy blush. Peaches are going to look good on a lot of skin tones. This is one of my favorite peach blushes. Everyone does a really good peach blush. This just has a little bit of shimmer in it. I like to look very healthy, especially on camera. I'm going to be putting on my blush with a Real Techniques 307 brush. I like to do my blush after I do my highlight, because if you look, you can kind of see a little bit of a line to where my bronzer and my highlight are. This is going to help blend that all together. So I just kind of sweep it back. Onto the apples. You can smile too and really hit those apples. And then I sweep whatever is left on the brush across the nose. This again will kind of help freshen you up a little bit more of a youthful look. And then whatever's left on my brush, I just kind of take on my chin, forehead. Alright, so now I will do my eyebrows, And I use a few different things for my eyebrows. I usually use pencils. They are quick and give a little bit more of a natural look. Powders give a really natural look, but I feel like you can get better hair strokes with pencils. So I'm going to be using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in Espresso and the Urban Decay Brow Beater in Brunette Betty. So I'm going to start off with the NYX, and I'm going to brush my brow hairs up. And I'm going to do this eyebrow on camera, and then I'll do this one off camera just to save time. So I kind of start in the front and sketch a line. And I'm just following my natural. I'm just following my natural brow shape through here. Filling in this part just a little bit more because I'm a little sparse there. And then I start filling in the tail. And I'm really building the top of my brow and that arch. And then I'll take my spoolie again and brush that up. Now I'm taking the Urban Decay one, and this is a little bit lighter and it has a little bit more of an angled tip. Not really sure you can really see it, but that one's more of a precise tip. This is a little bit angled, and I'm going to take it on its side and flick up. And I'm also taking this just to fill in anywhere else, but I like my brow to be a little lighter in the front. So then, when you have your shape that you want, I'm going to take my Maybelline Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer in medium brown. I love this brow product. I love the brush on it. It picks up just the right amount of product. It's amazing. So I'm going to start in the outer half of my brow and sweep up. And then when I have less product, I'll take it through the front of the brow. And that is your finished brow. So now I'm going to go off camera and do this eyebrow, and then we'll get on to the eyes. For eyeshadow, I have found these awesome $3 eyeshadow palettes. They have different colors, so depending on the colors you like, you know, they have something to fit you. So I bought the one, so these are from e.l.f., and I bought the shade Truffle and the shade Cream and Sugar. These are insanely pigmented. I love these palettes. Okay, so now I have you guys super zoomed in so you can see, you know, everything that I'm doing. So I have Truffle here, and you have 3 matte shades and a shimmer. And then I have a Cream and Sugar, and I love this one. This is an amazing everyday eyeshadow palette. You have everything you need. You have a crease shade, you have your dark brown, and then you have 2 shimmers. So I'm going to use this one. I might dip into this, I'm not sure yet, but we're going to focus more on the Cream and Sugar palette. So to start off, I'm going to take this fluffy Sonia Kashuk brush, and I'm going to start off with this peachy shade. I'm going to buff this shade right into the crease. This is a pretty light shade, so if you're a little darker than me, it probably won't show up, but it gives a nice, just starting shade. And I'm really working this messily into the crease. You don't have to be super concentrated. So I am going to go ahead and dip into the Truffle shade, the Truffle palette, and I'm going to go in with this medium tone brown just to kind of start deepening up the crease a little bit. I'm going to take the same brush, and I'm going to start working this into the crease. Okay, so now I'm going to go back into the Cream and Sugar palette. I know it's a little frustrating that I'm using 2 palettes, but these are $3 a piece, so $6, you have everything you need. So, and like I said, they have other shades as well, so if, you know, you don't ever use a black, you can just get this one and then get another shade that they have. So I'm going to go in with this dark brown. That dark brown on a Japanese brush that is so old and stained, but it is amazing. It's kind of fluffy, but it comes to a point so you can get a little deeper into the crease. So I'm going to load my brush up with that, tap off the excess, and I'm going to start on the outer corner. I'm going to put this really deep into the crease, right where you can feel like the fold. You can see like where it folds in. I'm putting it right there. And then I'm just going to take my brush that we were using before with no additional product and buff those edges out. Back into that brown very slowly and deepening up that outer corner. And you can go as deep as you want. You can even dip into the black in the other palette, but I'm just going to stay with the dark brown. And I want this outer corner to be the darkest, so on the second round, I'm not bringing it in. I'm just buffing here. And then again, back in with the fluffy brush and buffing out the edges. And then I'm going to take the same brush back in with the brown and run it under the lash line, but I'm not going to bring it all the way in. I'm just going to bring it in halfway. Again, back in with the fluffy brush and that peach shade that we used, and buffing that out. Now I'm going to go in to the Cream and Sugar palette, and I'm going to take this really pretty pearly shade. If you want something a little darker, you can always go in with the shade next to it. It's more of a copper, but I am going to use this one. So on camera, things can get messed up, you know, a little more out of proportion. So I'm keeping darker shades out here and lighter in here to really open the eye up. So I'm just going to put this on with my finger. And then I'm going to put it on my inner corner as well. And then back in with this brush just to blend out. Now I'm going to go in with my eyelash curler and curl my lashes. I'm going to go in with my Tarte Big Ego mascara. For a second coat, I'm going to go in with the IT Cosmetics Blowout Mascara. Now I'm going to be taking my Rimmel Nude Liner, and I'm going to put this right in the waterline. For my lips, I'm going to be taking the ColourPop What's Your Sign lipstick. And day to day I don't really wear a lip liner, so I'm just going to take this and pop it on my lips. And that is the finished look. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and let me know if you have anything you'd like to see, any other videos, let me know down in the comments. And I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in my next one.